What's going on, everyone? How is everyone doing today? It is I, Noel JP, and I'm back with some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 gameplay and a little brief commentary for you. We are now a few days into August, and it's been forever and a day since I made my last gameplay, but I finally found some free time away from my usual work schedule and some summer fun that I've been having to sit down and get back to having some fun with the game and making some videos for you guys. So before we get started, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I definitely appreciate the support. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing it all for fun, so I'm not begging for subscribers or anything like that. I just like to have a good time with it, and I would love to see my channel grow. So if you sub, great. If you don't, great. Maybe you will down the road. But whatever, it is what it is. With that being said, I have two things I wanted to talk about with you today. In the background was my first run-through of the Empire map from the new DLC. I was late picking up the new DLC since I've been so busy, but let me tell you, it's like I never left the map. You can definitely tell who has played this map in the past and who hasn't, just based on the positioning of people, where they're playing, and where people set up and so forth. If you didn't play this map back in Black Ops 2, then you're years behind everybody else. This map was a staple of my daily gameplay a couple of years back with Black Ops 2 and with the League, and I really hope that they bring it back to competitive in Stage 3 of the COD World League. That'll be coming up here in another week or two. They probably won't because they usually don't use DLC maps, but hey, you never know what can happen. I went pretty ham on these kids during this gameplay, and I picked up a Relentless medal somewhere. I think that said 20 or 25 kills, whatever it happens to be along the way. So it was nice to get back in and get the job done, just like the good old days when we played this map back in Black Ops 2. Speaking of competitive gameplay, the first thing I wanted to talk about today was MLG Orlando, which is happening this weekend in, wait for it, and if you didn't pick it up, Orlando. Right here in my home state of Florida, just about 90 minutes down the road from me. Gonna be leaving tomorrow morning to head down to the event. I think everything gets started around noon or 1 o'clock Eastern time. So if you're not gonna be in the area, hop online, take a look at all the feeds and everything that they've got going. They usually have a really good setup on the MLG site and everything, so it should be really awesome. This is the first time that I'll be going to an MLG event live in person. I'm really excited to see some people play in person that you usually only get to see online. I think the MLG events are the most competitive events out there, aside from COD Champs, because of the large dollar purses that come with that tournament. Just due to the wide range of players and teams, and that a pro team could very easily run into a open team that's running really hot from the open bracket, and they get into, you know, the late Saturday, Sunday matches where some of the big teams really come into play. You never really know what's going to happen, and I'm hoping the Orlando venue provides for some awesome entertainment. I'm sure many of you will be watching online, and I'll definitely provide comments in another video after I get home, just to kind of do a recap of how the event was and what I felt about it, and obviously the winners and the takeaways. The venue that this event is happening at is like 3 to 4 blocks away from Universal Studios area in Orlando, so it's a great place for anyone who's going to be coming in town or coming from far away that hasn't visited that area. Disney's right down the road too, so you really can't go wrong with that area of Orlando. One thing is, don't complain about the humidity here in Florida. Learn to love it because it's not going away. We're in the dead of summer, and it's just what it is. As far as what I'm expecting from the event, and I'm throwing this out there to see how well my predictions are in a few days from now, I'm expecting some of the usual powers to make it to the final brackets on Sunday. Optic has been playing so-so lately. Scrims have been kind of weak in my opinion, and they've lost a lot of maps to some of the big names that are going to be playing this weekend. Maybe this is the chance with the actual tournament for a team like FaZe or Rise to take one. But I do, however, think that Envy is the strongest team out there currently at the moment. And based on what I've seen in their scrims and them playing at a very high level, I think this is going to take them really far and may get them back in the winner's circle this weekend. So I'm always up for a good taking out of a high team or pulling the upset, if you call it that way. So this should be really exciting if everything pans out. Other than the MLG event, I wanted to briefly touch on the new buff that went into play a few days back for the Vesper. I'm sure there's been a ton more videos out there, but I'm going to throw my 2 cents in there. This is a love-hate type of buff for me. I played the Vesper quite a bit when the game started, and it was a melt machine. I'm an SMG player for the most part by trade, sprinkled with some AR time here and there and some random one-off guns here and there that I play with, but for the most part, in Black Ops 3, I've been a VMP player, as many of you are, but I wanted to lay off the Vesper when I heard that the buff was coming back in. I don't really find any reason to use the Vesper to gain a competitive advantage with the way that I play my games. Don't get me wrong, I've played a few games with the gun just to see how it is, and it absolutely melts. It's sometimes really even unfair, in my opinion. The rate of fire and the fact that there is little to absolutely no kick just makes the gun absolutely dominant, and I'm sure there's going to be a nerf coming up here at some point really soon because it's getting a lot of attention out there, and I just think the buff was far, far too much for the gun in its current state. To me, playing the game with middle-of-the-road to slightly better guns makes you a really good player. If you rely heavily on your score streaks and overpowered weapons, you're never really going to truly be a good game player. Look at it from a pro side. Anytime you watch pro events, guys are not hammering score streaks all game long. They rely on excellent gun skill, tactical moves to get the job done. I've tried to mimic that when I've watched videos from other pros and other people, and I just prefer trying to be a better gun player because ultimately it's going to come down to using your gun a majority of the time. I hope you guys learn things from my videos as well. I use score streaks just like anybody else does, but oftentimes in my videos you'll see me just leave score streaks alone even though I have them set up and go hunting for gun kills. I personally like the challenge of going for nuclears and Moabs and all the other stuff that comes with high gun streaks and everything, but they are a lot tougher to get these days. But getting in position and timing on the enemy will make you an absolute better player, so definitely don't rely on score streaks and overpowered guns to get the job done. So with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. I just wanted to do a little brief commentary here, and I think I ended up with somewhere around 50 kills or so and maybe 5 or less deaths when it's all said and done. So keep watching till the end. Hopefully you enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel like I said before, and keep checking back with me as I'm going to be working my tail off to become a more regular presence here on YouTube with all my gameplays and so forth and the other commentaries. I've had a few months to think about things to say when I wanted to come back and so forth, so hang out with me and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everyone. Take it easy.
Losing B. Friendly Talon in your AO. Lost Bravo. Not one yet. Keep it tight. Securing Bravo.
Tempest discharged.
UAV inbound. All locations secured. Hold your position.
Targets fried.
CDP. All objectives secured. Great job.
Maximized abilities means maximum victories.
What did you expect? It's a hostile market right now.